10 years of good luck. Did you know that is what happens when you subscribe to Lily Lurid on OnlyFans?
It's true. Absolutely right.
It is true. Yes. I read it. 10 years of good luck.
It has been proven.
It's great to see you, Lily.
You as well.
We have some cool guests from Nottingham, England. Mm-hmm. We have Jason here on the board. This is the Corpsepaint Show, and we say welcome to all, ladies and gentlemen, hobbits, elves, and dragons. The more you give, the more you live. This is the Corpsepaint Show. So people just need to find you on OnlyFans, subscribe, and 10 years of good luck.
Yes, absolutely. It's been proven in 37 states so far.
Were those states that certain sex acts were illegal in 10 years ago?
Yes.
We are a disjointed country, aren't we?
Aren't we?
Speaking of disjointed, America is changing right now. If you care about this country, I don't know, light a black candle, because I don't know if this country is going to survive. I don't know. I think we're at the turning point, tipping point right now. I don't know. I'd rather be in Nottingham, England.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nottingham, should we bring on our guests?
I think we should.
All right. So it's Pauline and Brett from the MEDEA Project. Hey, guys.
Hey.
You know who put us in touch with you? The fantastic...
Our adults.
The fantastic crew over at Imperative PR.
Yeah.
I like those guys a lot. Yeah, there's their logo. We want to see your pretty...
they're a great bunch.
Hey, look! Thank you for staying up late with us.
That's all right.
That's all right.
You know, and...
Yes.
The MEDEA Project. Hey, whoever thought of this this campaign of the slogan of dark gothic, primal gothic doom? I think that's exactly what it is, because I've been listening to it a lot. It's very abrasive for gothic, and it's very doomy for doom. So it works. It's good stuff. We're gonna play their video.
Yeah.
In a little bit. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're good.
We're good. Yeah. We're awake.
In our humble abode, I suppose.
And you're doing this all on your own, right? You're your own record label.
Yeah. Everything's self-funded, self-financed. We have Imperative who do our PR stuff for us and tell us if we're mental or not, which is great. That's why we call adults, because we sometimes have these delusions of grandeur, I suppose. And we go bounce it off them, and they're like, yeah, just pull in the reins a little bit, channel the energies. Yeah, okay.
I don't think they really tell you to pull in the reins. I don't believe that. Look, so are you saying that you kind of write the copy and then you send it to them, and they edit it a little bit and say, hey, this would sound better in terms of marketing?
No, we basically just if we put stuff together and just get their view on it, because there's just the two of us in the band. We're very close to it, so you don't always see from the outer side. So it's kind of nice to have somebody that's not in the band to be able to kind of guide us, because sometimes when you're very close to something, you don't see it from a different perspective. So it's nice to have a different perspective on stuff.
And with regards to copy, generally Imperative writes that, because I'm not a copywriter. I work in code and variables and abstract language. So like I'll put something together and it'll be completely matter of fact, but it makes for terrible reading.
It's so cool that that you guys are working with them, and you know, I sent Lily, that's her right there. I sent Lily that video of you, Pauline, and you were showing off all your instruments. This is a YouTube video, and you had like a washboard, and you had African drums, and so you're the drummer.
I'm the drummer.
Do you play a lot of just percussive everything?
Yeah, everything and anything is a drum. So it doesn't
Finally, someone agrees with me.
It's a drum.
The coffee table, the
desk,
a drum. Me.
Right.
Everything's a drum.
Like
Everything makes a noise.
Brett's head.
Yeah,
She was. We had our original bass player over yesterday for a barbecue. She was playing his head for a bit.
Yeah, he's got no hair, so it's like, it makes a really clunky, nice sound.
If you're sitting in a chair and Pauline is behind you, then you might get thumped on the head a little bit. But see, I've said this on this show many times. I like you, Pauline, like to just bang on stuff. And it can be kitchen utensils, whatever, you know. The best sounds come from pots and pans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are originally from South Africa?
Yeah, that's right. East Coast.
And so that's probably where you get a lot of cool drums and you bring them back to Nottingham.
Yeah, most of my African drums are actually bought for me by my mum.
Yeah.
Because every time she comes to visit, she's got to bring something. So yeah, she brings me little drums that she buys around from like the local shops and stuff. So yeah, that's where a lot of those came from. Yeah, I used to have drums when I was there, but they were far too big to bring over. So yeah. So those ones came from her.
I like a washboard, and so I was listening to the whole new album today, Sisyphus. You can hear the whole thing on Bandcamp right now, every single song. So I was trying to figure out if there was any washboard in there, but I couldn't detect any. Is
There's Guero?
There's a Guero,
but there's no washboard in that.
There's no washboard in that one.
And do you use washboard for the live gig, or?
No, not at the moment. So it's a little tricky because I use a lot of my percussion for the album isn't the percussion that we used to use live. It kind of, when we wrote the album, it kind of happened, and now we have to put it into live. So yeah, so I've had to juggle things a little bit to get behind the drum kit and then get out front, because I got the gong, obviously, which I've used live. So that gets used live. Now I've got shakers that I use and a vibra slap, and yeah. So that pretty much gets used live, but it's quite a juggle sometimes.
The only thing that doesn't really get used live here is the gong tom.
Oh yeah, no, we don't have space for that.
No, stages in the UK are generally fairly small, so yeah, fitting all that stuff on sometimes is a bit of a trick.
So I'm wearing these gloves right now that have kind of hard, so I could take the washboard and just go.
Yeah, my gloves have bottle tops on them. So if you put bottle tops on them, then actually anything becomes any.
Yeah. Or put thimbles on, right? Put thimbles on your fingers.
Yeah, you could use thimbles as well, yeah.
Yeah, thimbles. But yeah, mine's got bottle tops.
Beer tops, yeah.
Beer tops.
Beer tops is just more like there, yeah.
I love that. And funny thing, I think that washboard bands tend to be American Southern rock bands. There's a few of them that occasionally have washboard. But we're connecting the dots. This is what we do on this show, from Southern rock to earthy, gothic, harsh doom.
Right, or folk metal even.
True.
Yeah.
A lot of strange instruments.
To be fair, we've even got a tea box in the shed, which we bought to make a tea box base out of.
Oh, nice.
And then I crashed the car into it, so it doesn't work.
To have a big hole in it.
Oh, wait a minute. We need to hear this story. Okay.
Yeah, because when I was younger, my parents used to go to these clubs, and they used to have these tea box bases, which is basically a tea box, the old wooden tea boxes, and it's got a stick coming out of it, and then it's just got a string, and you play bass on it. So I thought this would be a brilliant idea to try a board one, which I did, and then we put it in the garage, and then I drove the car into it, so now it's got a big crack in it, so it's not gonna work.
But really, since everyone is kind of quarantined on this planet, most people, I guess, you're talking about instruments that you can almost make from home, right?
You can make anything, really, if you just give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Percussion's the easiest one.
Yeah, because you can pretty much use anything on percussion.
That's why I stick with that.
If it rattles, you can use it.
Yes.
But things like a kalimba, which is really just a shell with some tuned bits of wire on it that you can blink on. I mean, that's an easy enough instrument to make.
Yeah.
I have some ideas for one of those as well. I've been going, oh, I need one of them. And I also want an electric kazoo just because.
Agreed. I could swear there's one song on here, I don't know, I forget which one, that is just bass and percussive. And I like that a lot, or at least it sounds that way. Maybe you're playing guitar just down-tuned or something, but I thought that was a great song.
I play I don't play normal guitars. Everything in mine is baritone, so long scale tuned down, yeah. And, well, to be honest, I'm a bass player. I'm not actually a guitarist. So I pretend to play the guitar, but really I'm just playing a small bass, and then I go play a bigger bass.
Yeah.
So it's all bass.
And are you thumping? Are you pulling on the strings, or?
When I play the little basses, I do a lot of Hetfieldy down picking. But when I play the normal size basses, it's all finger style. Finger picking. Sometimes I just smack it.
Yes. See?
Sometimes I borrow Pauline's drumsticks, because it just works.
Because you can.
Well, I think Pauline should just smack you on the rear end, because that's a percussive instrument.
This is true. Yes.
It is. It can be a bit squeaky depending on the angle.
Depends on if you went out for curry that night or something, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
All right, so this cool song, and we'll call it the single off the album, right?
Yeah.
To know what is the title of it? Fear Us?
To know us is to fear us.
To know us is to fear us. That should be our motto here.
Yeah.
Can we borrow that title?
Go for it.
Yeah, you can.
I love the dark, gothic, abrasive sound you make. And we need to just throw this out there. So any listeners who are uninitiated, absorb this right now. This is the MEDEA Project and their song, To Know Us Is to Fear Us. To Know Us Is to Fear Us. And off the new album, SISYPHUS, that just came out. And support this band. You can go to the Bandcamp page right now and buy the CD or download all the songs. SISYPHUS. But yeah, let's jump into this right now, guys, and we'll come right back to you. Oh yeah. Woohoo!
I quite enjoyed that.
Yes, indeed. Man, that sounds like 10 musicians, not 2. It's like a wall of sound coming at you.
It's done very well.
We cranked it up over here, guys.
Oh.
The was that you singing, Pauline?
Yeah, so I don't normally sing before we went into studio, and when we recorded the song in the studio, we decided that it needed like just a second kind of vocal.
Yeah.
So I ended up having to like on the fly scream that. So yes, I'm doing that live now as well. So that's quite fun playing drums and singing.
Phil Collins could do it.
Yeah,
Come on, where's your ambition?
Oh, brother. Now, was it Dutch you were singing?
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans. All right. Man, I love that a lot. And I tell you, Brett, powerful, man. Powerful vocals and songwriting and lyrics. Woo! Any song that talks about gods and deicide. It's right up my alley. Heck yeah. Where do you want fans to go to buy it? Start at your website, or we're going to pull up the Bandcamp page here too.
It's all on Bandcamp, so we just distribute through that.
Okay, I like the Bandcamp page because it shows everything for you guys. A lot of good info, and then click on that SISYPHUS album cover, and then breakdown. You can buy them digitally or the CD.
Yeah.
Right? Are you guys? I think maybe we talked about this off the air, but are you able to play anywhere right now?
At the moment, no. We managed to do our album launch gig the day before venues shut in the UK.
Oh.
We're convinced that the entire lockdown's our fault because we actually had the audacity to finally release an album.
And you played so loud, you offended the whole fan base or the country, whatever, right?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, it's great going to little venues here just with the wall of amps because that's what you have to do.
That's what you have to do. You give them a wall of sound coming at you. It's like a tidal wave that just breaks on you and you cannot escape it. That's what I love. I would love to drown listening to doom metal.
Right?
It's very doom, actually.
It's very doom.
It's a very doom way to go. Just give up in this cool sounding liquid. Yeah.
While wearing a MEDEA Project T-shirt, you know. Hey, Lily is monitoring our chat room, so I think you might have developed some enemies. I don't know. We'll see here.
We've done that plenty of times in the past.
Let's see. Gabriella says that the music video was quite creepy, but she's loving it.
That's our kind of fan, you know, who loves the creepiness.
And Enola says that she truly loves it when music makes her bleed from her eyes and her ears. Seriously, no joke, she loved it. So yeah, I feel that.
Woo!
We'll take that.
Yeah, job is done.
That's a great compliment.
Yes, indeed, man. She's bleeding from her ears and her eyes.
Yeah. Just need to liquefy her intestines and we've got like the perfect package.
I can tell what Brett's doing. He's thinking of song lyrics already for this.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking of frequencies and volumes here.
Yeah, that's right. When we go to a show, I want to feel it rumble under my feet. You know, now that would be from your drums, Pauline, because you're banging on that big bass drum, but also it's the way Brett plays the bass. He abuses it, just bangs on it. Let me have that drumstick.
Yeah, we have a lot of gear. A lot of noisy gear.
Yep.
Woo!
A lot of vintage noisy gear too sometimes.
Are the best fans in Britain are the ones who've already had quite a few drinks and so they're not distracted by heading back to the bar and they're right up front in your face, or do they kind of stand back in the shadows when they're enjoying Doom?
Ooh, Doom fans in Britain, there's like two camps of them. There's the ones that stand in the back with their arms folded and appear to not be enjoying anything. And they could possibly be crossover from black metal fans.
Yeah.
And then there are the guys that go mental in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those mental ones.
We like the mental ones. I like being one of the mental ones when I'm not on stage as well.
I agree.
Right, and then if you're in the audience and you see those guys in the back with their arms folded and you feel like they're judging you, really, you just want to run over and just bang into them. Maybe get them.
Sometimes I do. But
Yes. Maybe get them moving. Are there any other niceties for MEDEA Project in our chat room?
Let's see.
Thank you, Enola, for that nice comment. She's bleeding everywhere.
yes.
Richard Nettleton agrees, going back to the wall of death, but he says a wall of sanitary death coming at you.
So I think what I envision when Richard says that is, you get the wall of death and you run past your metal buddy, you run past him and do a fake high five that you miss. You
Yeah.
know? So it's sort of I guess no contact wall of death.
Or you get those inflatable balls that you can roll around in.
Right, yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Bang
I
into
don't know.
I am in love with dreadlocks today. I am.
Yeah.
So, Brett, can I just, could we ask you to leave? I just want to talk to Pauline privately here. No, I'm kidding. But your hair looks lovely. I'm just saying.
Oh, thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Does it get in the way drumming sometimes?
It did take a bit of getting used to because they kind of wrap around my arms, and because I'm moving a lot, I've had to get used to them, to be fair. And the worst is when you sit down on them and then your head gets you gotta get them out of the way. But yeah, no, I've gotten used to them now, so it's pretty cool. And it's great for headbanging. A lot of people wouldn't agree, but I think it's great for headbanging.
It's great for social distancing yourself.
It is, yeah, it is. Well, there you go. Social distance.
You can sort of do the helicopter and people would stay.
Yeah, because people
Just give them a
lie
good
out.
whip. Yeah.
When you're drumming, and I have all these drumming questions, so I'm sorry, but so one of your drums starts slipping away because the floor is vibrating so well and you didn't secure it. Do you just try and just keep going and and hopefully the song at the end of the song is coming soon? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've not had my drum slip out from under me.
No, because you're wrapped.
Because first of all, I've got racks, and then the bass drum.
okay.
I'm pretty organized. I've started carrying my own drum carpet when we gig in case there isn't one there, because it's not happened to me, but I can't imagine how awful it must be, because I'm also not the tallest person in the world, so if my bass drum goes, I'm kind of stuffed.
You did have that bass drum at that practice venue where the leg was missing and they'd wedged the speaker underneath.
Oh yeah, we used to practice in the studio, and I used to hire the bass drum, the drum kits there, because it was just easier than me having to take mine and reset it up. And yeah, the one day we got a bass drum that was held down by a speaker. That was fun.
The drum carpet is a good idea.
Oh god, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we actually got to the point where if we could possibly need it, it's in the van when we go to a gig.
Yeah.
We even take our little 4-channel mixer, because we got to a venue the once and they'd hired it out to a promoter for the show, but then they went and hired out the mixer, so we had a PA with no mixer.
So you learned there to bring your own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bring everything.
Bring everything.
Bring spares.
Can you fit it all in one vehicle, or is it a van you have, or?
I went and bought a van just so we could fit it all in.
Oh yeah, cool.
We used to have a hatchback, and that was interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of playing like Tetris with stuff, and then trying to see. You could still see where you were going. Yeah, that was, and then of course the car doesn't want to go because now everything's it's kind of rear heavy.
Yeah, no, so we went and bought a van just for it.
Yeah.
Not
Very
one of
cool.
your nice vans though, but as good as we could get in Europe.
Yeah. Does it look like a murder van?
I wish. It's a bit fancy for a murder van. It's a kind of orangey color, but it's not quite rust.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't get a decent boxy Dodge or something, because they don't fit down our silly little roads.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
You
we did look at getting an old ambulance. Because like it's got cupboards and you can put everything in there and you can
got
stack
heaters.
everything.
It's got a bed.
Yeah, some of those streets are too narrow.
Yeah.
Too narrow.
And Nottingham is really, really bad for narrow streets.
Yeah.
Because go ahead.
I was going to say they kind of like got like, oh, it's just a 2-lane road, and the council's gone, we need an extra lane, and somehow they squeeze it in. So the lane is just slightly narrower than your average vehicle.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like that's not going to work, guys. But
And are bicyclists allowed on the regular lanes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've got a bicyclist in front of you, you've just got to be patient.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's
I don't
good.
like it when you're on the mobile.
No, apparently that's taboo or something.
Well, wait. You mean while biking?
No, we're not allowed to run the cyclists over.
You gotta be patient.
But what if you're looking for a new hood ornament? What if you're in the market for a new decal for the front of your van?
We try to have these conversations, but they get really sensible here.
That's a shame. That is a shame.
Sensible Britain. Sensible Britain. Well, I thought you were saying, Pauline, that if someone's on a bike and on their mobile phone, that's taboo.
Well, on the bike and on the mobile phone.
Yeah.
No, that I think that's has to be done here, especially in London.
So you're saying, do you see that a lot? Is that what you're saying?
Well, London generally, most people are glued to their mobile phones.
Yeah.
Even when they're on their bike.
Yep.
I've seen somebody actually like texting.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh my, this is not going to end well.
There's guys walking down,
Yeah.
like out of the station across a really busy intersection, not looking left or right with their book glued to their face.
Yeah.
Walking down the street.
Well, here's my question. What is it they're talking about? What is so important that everyone is talking while driving their bicycle?
I really don't know. We must be missing something somewhere.
We're not part of the culture.
We're not part of the culture.
Yeah, is there some chapter of life, some little fold that I've missed that somehow we're not part of, or maybe you're part of, and I feel left out. I don't know.
I might be.
Lily Lurid. She is the Nordic goddess, and yes, that is her.
Thank you.
Yes, and you can find her on OnlyFans. So she wants some OnlyFans from the UK. So you go to OnlyFans /Lily Lurid, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then subscribe to adult content of Lily herself.
Yes, I would greatly appreciate that.
So we're just throwing that out there, guys. Since everyone is stuck at home in Britain, go ahead and check it out.
Yes, please.
Hey, we want to say thank you very much, you guys, for staying up late and talking to us. And is there anything else we've missed about the new album? Where people should go to buy it? Any facts, info that we have not covered?
No, it's on Bandcamp. So
Yeah.
and there's plenty of other merch there as well. So there's t-shirts and bags and patches and all sorts of stuff. So
You do have some great T-shirts. I saw that.
Yeah.
yeah, those t-shirts are really
Yeah,
cool.
that design, the album cover design is a fantastic bit of artwork. We're really, really happy with how it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's right behind you. Tell us a little more about it, please.
So we actually worked with Frederick Weddix, who was the drummer for Marduk
Yeah.
for a while.
Oh, yes.
So we worked with him, and he actually did the artwork for our album.
By hand.
By
That
hand.
was a hand-drawn image. Yeah, it took a while because it was hand-drawn. It was an interesting experience. So he originally left Marduk to go into illustration art, and we were the first band he worked with.
This is a fantastic story. So people are into black metal. Marduk, one of my favorite bands, drew that image right there, the Frederick, who used to be in Marduk, right?
Yeah, we worked with him for about 6 months to put all that together.
Yeah.
That's the front cover. He did all the insides. He did every piece of artwork, and then we worked with
Gary Ronaldson did the layout.
Yeah, Gary Ronaldson did the layout.
He's done Napalm Death and a whole bunch of other bands. Yeah.
Yep. And then,
really great guy to work with as well. And then Andy Pilkington did the video you watched. He's from Very Metal Art, does a lot of lyric videos, does album art as well. Also really nice guy to work with.
Yeah. And then there was our photographer inside the album you'll see the photograph that was done by Michael Williams. And he's a really great photographer. He's done quite a few indie bands, so bands like Oasis and things like that. So we actually worked with him because we just wanted something different.
Yeah, wanted a different eye on it.
So there's been a lot of interesting little things into the album itself.
Well, look, thank you to Imperative PR, and a big congratulations to you guys for this release that just came out just a few days back. So check it out, MEDEA Project on Bandcamp, and the album is SISYPHUS. T-shirts there as well, and just it's got to feel good. So big congratulations, guys, for getting this out, and I love that abrasive sound, that primal sound. I really do.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
I hope that we can talk again.
Yeah,
definitely.
Love to.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, fantastic.
They were awesome.
Right? Mm-hmm. You love that song, didn't you?
Yeah.
I saw you getting excited.
It was so good.
Now, I'm seeing some comments on there, but I can't read them. So tell me what good energy you're getting from the chat room.
Let's see. Everybody loves the artwork.
Right?
See, Gabby says that the artwork looks beautiful and historic even.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
And let's
looks
see.
Greek.
Mm-hmm. It does. And Joe says the artwork is dope, and he is absolutely right.
Joe, dope. Hey, all right. You are marketing a lot of badass stuff. And you made this post about crossing the river of Charon, and paying the ferryman. Mm-hmm. So to find that, we've got to go to your IG page.
Mm-hmm. The personal Instagram, yes.
Okay, so we're going to pop that up right now.
And there it is.
Yeah, and you can also, find your other links to your other IG page, which is the Lurid Wears. Mm-hmm. Look at those hot pictures. And there's Lurid Wears. Great stuff. So, all right, was it a card collection for the river of crossing the river, paying the ferryman?
Let's see. I believe that particular deck was an oracle deck. So that was just the random days reading card that I pulled out, and yeah.
Well, explain that to me. Random days reading card.
Mm-hmm. So for my oracle decks or my tarot decks, I'll just pick whichever deck is speaking to me that day, and I'll pick out a random card, and then whatever the guidebook says that the meaning is for that card, I usually share that on Instagram and just get that out there for anyone else that it might speak to. And
that's kind of your mantra for that day. Mm-hmm. When you pick a deck and you have all these cards, do you drop them in a pile and see if one is separate and that's the one that's talking to you, or how do you select one? I have a few different methods. Usually if it's a busy day and I only have time to pick out one card, I'll have the deck in my hand and I'll just kind of fan it out with the artwork facing down so I can't see it. Right. And then I'll pick it out usually in the middle, and whichever card is stuck to this finger, because So you have a method. Yeah. Wait, so it's this. Mm-hmm. And then I'll pick it out and flip it over. Because that finger's longest and it's easiest. That's probably. Show me your finger again. This one? We want to see. No, to the camera. The lily cam. We want lily cam. So that is that. So do you lick your finger first, or what? Yes. We should replay that in slow motion. I think. Mm-hmm. We should. All right, so you do have a method, and it's that middle finger, and it's the one that kind of sticks to it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Interesting. That's what's always worked best for me. Whereas my method is different. I just drop it on the floor and then see in this pile if one has popped out or something, you know? Or maybe, I don't know, it just separated.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, that works too.
What do I know? You're the expert on this thing. All right. Very cool. So people can go to Lurid Wears on IG. We talked about OnlyFans.
Yes.
So describe a little more. I think you were telling me there's a lot of new content there.
I have a few professional shoots that I've done recently for Good Girls Gallery, and she's going to edit those and send them over. So we'll have some teaser videos for social media, and then the full-length videos of adult content, and the pictures as well.
Teaser videos you'll post. Very cool. And we don't want you to get in trouble with Facebook or anything.
Yes, those will not be going on Facebook.
Oh, okay. But so the teaser videos are a little bit too much for Facebook. So you put them on IG, or
yes, they will be on Instagram.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right, good. Anything else new in our chat room over there?
Let's see. Richard Nettleton says that seeing that makes him want to get an IG account.
Yay, Richard!
Yeah.
Set up an IG.
I would appreciate that. And he also said that when he uses his middle finger method, he usually gets asked to leave. And I agree. It's the same for me. So I feel you, Richard.
Here's my thinking on this. If you're using your middle finger to probe yourself while you're out somewhere at a restaurant or something, and you're away from people and just doing it as an act of self-pleasure, and you're distancing from others, I mean, I don't know. It seemed to me like it should be accepted.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
You are my death proxy. Did I tell you that? So wait, there we go. I've officially made you my death proxy. Yeah, so when I cross the river as with the ferryman, then you're my proxy. So you handle everything, okay? If that occurs.
I'll do my best.
Liquid Death is back in the studio. Stay hydrated. Drink Liquid Death spring water, aka mountain water, and say death to plastic. Yeah. Now, if we scroll down on their website, you can order a slab of vinyl after you've ordered from the MEDEA Project. Then you can also order vinyl here. And it's called The Greatest Hates. So what they've taken is the lyrics from hate tweets that they've received and had real metal musicians turn them into songs. Liquid Death's Greatest Hates. Order the vinyl. or check out some previews on Spotify.
I will definitely be doing that.
Today is the birthday of, well, first, let's say Happy Early Bastille Day, which is on Tuesday, which we say overthrow authority and power, and that's what it's all about to me. They also are having a parade in Oak Cliff, I think. But today is also the birthday of a couple of people.
Ooh, who is it?
I set it up, and then you ask in a very sexy fashion, ooh, who is it? We do it again? All right, today is a birthday of someone.
Who is it?
I love it. It's Sharon Den Adele. Sharon Den Adele.
Ooh.
She's
Merry
the lead.
Birthmas.
Yeah, she's the lead singer of Within Temptation, which is a gothic metal band. Yeah, and I think we have a picture of her. We have a short video too. Short video. Yeah, we're going to do a short video. We're going to talk over this video. But I freaking love this video. So happy birthday to Sharon Den Adele.
Don't be mistaken, your bloody time's up. This ain't no game when I hear it and ya.
Love it.
Love it.
The band is Within Temptation.
Within Temptation.
Happy birthday to Sharon. Oh yeah. We're gonna fade out of that. Just wanted to have a little taste of Sharon. Very cool. The other birthday today is Michael Rose. Now I saw him live in Dallas a number of years ago.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is with Black Uhuru. Michael is on the far left. Michael Rose, happy birthday! This is a Jamaica, a Kingston, Jamaica reggae band.
Gotcha.
And they make that old school Bob Marley style reggae
Yeah.
that I love so much. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday, Michael. Liquid Death, we talked about. Texas Frightmare Weekend is still scheduled for September.
Mm-hmm.
They are, on track for that. Hopefully,
Good.
this will still occur. That's coming up. We will be talking more about some of their movie submissions and covering those as well, because at the horror convention in the evenings they have screenings of new films from various production houses. So I wanted to mention also that I made a post in the church Facebook page about Dada art. This is the school of art that began in the early 20th century. And it was really kind of rebellious, anarchist type of art.
Right, yeah.
And I'd really admire this artist named Sophie. And we have a cool video of hers that is kind of a story of her life that I want you to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sophie Teuber Arp was a painter, a sculptor, a dancer, a designer, and an architect. A radical innovator, even in the face of the catastrophe of 2 world wars. She understood that when everything is collapsing around you, the infinite space of the imagination is one of the few sights that can offer solace. She was born Sophie Teuber on 19th of January 1889 in Davos, Switzerland. After studying textiles and dance, she immersed herself in modernism, moving fluidly between abstraction and figuration, fine art, design, and applied arts. In 1915, she met the Alsatian artist Hans Arp. They became soulmates and collaborators in art and in life. When they married in 1922, Sophie became Teuber Arp. In later years, Hans remembered how, in their rejection of conservative art forms, they wanted to simplify and transmute the world and make it beautiful. The couple was central to the development of Dada, which roared into life in a small room in Zurich's Cabaret Voltaire, with poetry, performance and music, a form of absurdist revelry that had deeply serious intentions. Dada argued for a language that represented an actual, as opposed to an ideal version of life, one that responded with a wild, inventive howl to World War I's government-sanctioned carnage. If life is irrational and unreasonable, they asked, why should art be any different? Teuber Arp lived intensely. For her, art and life were intertwined. By day, she taught at the School of Applied Arts in Zurich, and by night she danced, most famously to Hugo Ball's poem Caravan, in a mask designed by the Romanian artist Marcel Janco. Ball described her as a bird, a young lark, lifting the sky as it took flight. She painted pictures, designed costumes and marionettes, and created sculptural portraits from turned wooden hat stands she titled Dada Heads. While a pioneer of abstraction, her work is embedded in the physical world. It's often as rhythmic as a dance and filled with allusions to the sky, the sea, and the earth. In later years, the circle became her cosmic metaphor, an infinite shape that contains the world. In 1926, the architect Paul Horn and his brother André commissioned Teuber Arp to decorate and furnish the interior of the Orbette, a cultural centre in the main square of Strasbourg. She invited her husband and the Dutch artist, Theo van Doesburg, to work on the project with her. The result was the first public interior to integrate modernist ideas of art and function. The Dadaist, Emmy Hennings, described how the painted walls gave the illusion of almost endlessly vast rooms. The house may become a treasure box, a reliquary, and one can always look at it with new eyes. It is like owning the lamp with which Aladdin lighted the marvelous cave. The couple moved to the outskirts of Paris, where Sophie designed their modernist home, studio, and furniture. They led a life rich with experimentation, exhibitions, and friendship, with artists including Sonia and Robert Delaunay, Duchamp, Kandinsky, and Miro. Sophie joined artist groups that espoused abstraction and founded and edited the art magazine Plastique. Its first issue was devoted to the Russian suprematist Malevich. When World War II was declared, the world fell apart. Sophie and Hans fled Paris, arriving eventually in Grasse, where they stayed with Susie and Alberto Magnelli and Sonia Delaunay. The upheaval brought about a radical shift in Teuber Arp's work. Hans remembered, lost and impassioned, she drew lines, long curves, spirals, circles, roads that twist through dream and reality. In 1942, Hans and Sophie travelled to Zurich, where, in 1943, Sophie died of accidental carbon monoxide poisoning at the home of their friend, the artist Max Bill. She was 53. Despite the tragedy of her death, her life and work is a great testament to the creative power of joy. In 1937, Teuber Arp wrote to her goddaughter, "Something to which I attribute great value is gaiety. It allows us to have no fear before the problems of life and to find a natural solution to them."
So, see, if life is absurd, why should art be any different?
Mm-hmm.
And so I hope on this show we can open people's eyes sometimes to unique artists like that.
Absolutely. Her work is beautiful.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I like it all. Was there anything else in there that we need to give a shout out to before we say adios? We got to wrap.
see.
We got to wrap it.
Gabby says, "Happy birthday, Sharon. It's been years since she's heard of Within Temptation."
Mm-hmm.
And then Richard Nettleton says, "Happy birthday to everyone that made the big escape this day."
Made the big escape?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, thank you, Richard.
From the womb, I assume.
Oh, okay. Thanks, you guys, very much. This has been the Corpsepaint Show. We'll be back next week with another awesome episode and with the Nordic Beauty. Mm-hmm. We want you to elevate your life by going underground. By that we mean supporting independent art, independent music, independent print, independent movies.